Are we recording? Audio? All bases are firing. Wow. Our first Zoom podcast. Brand new camera. I'm glad I wore makeup for this. Exciting first Zoom guest. I wish he was here in person because he's not the same, on the screen as he is IRL. And he'll be here. And he would take so much up of the couch, which would be amazing. Okay, we're ready for you. We are ready for Papa. Okay. Did I send him the right Zoom link? I think so. Yeah, meeting. Invite. Copy invite link. Minimize. X. And then I'll resend it just in case. Okay. Hey, folks. Welcome to my podcast. This is very exciting because this is my first Zoom pod. And I hope that it all works because we have a lot of new things going on. Anthony has a brand new camera, which I will partially reimburse him for, I think. No, he won't. Okay, well, I haven't been paying Anthony this whole time, or Tom, the guy who does the clips, because here's the thing. I might seem like I have a lot of money and that things are going extremely well for me, and you're not wrong. However, we didn't know how this podcast was going to do. Now we have the Patreon, so I have some money coming in from the podcast. So now is the time when we start up in the ante, up in the stakes, making this all razzle and dazzle and shine, so this is all new. I hope that this works out and that and that when you're watching this and it's all the audio's on point, the Zoom is on point, the camera's on point. I just hope that everything runs smoothly because we're having our first Zoom guest on and he's so fun. I just adore our guest. But it sucks. I'm excited that I get to hang out and talk to him, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And everyone's like, I don't mind staying at home and just talking to friends online or doing Zoom birthdays and Zoom happy hours. I don't like it. I want to see people, especially our guest, because he's got such a big personality as well as other things. He's got a big belly, a big personality, big cookbook, big shows on YouTube. I mean, I just love him. I don't even know where he is. He's like, you guys are late. I got the timing mixed up because he is in a different time zone. And I thought that is he in the waiting room of the meeting? No. Okay. Interesting. Anyway, I got the times mixed up. I thought we were going to be recording in an hour from now. And then he texted me and was like, what the fuck? He didn't say that. He was very sweet about it. But he's like, hey, are you gonna send me the link to join the pod? And I'm like, yeah, bro, calm down. Give me a second. Oh, here he comes. He's coming. I'm so excited. But then, yeah, he was like, hey, you're late. And I told Anthony to come over early because we have all this new stuff. And luckily he did because we just threw it all together real quick. And now we're going. We're doing it. I'm so pumped. Is he in the waiting room? Okay, he's coming. He said 1 sec. We'll see what that translates to him. Does that make sense? Yeah, what Canadian time 1 sec means. I know that this isn't a real podcast. I don't do interviews or anything. But for some reason last night I was pretending I was Oprah or something. I was just watching every YouTube video he's ever been in. But I'm it's hard with him because he's just making food, so I'm not gonna be asking him oh, how do I saute a fucking onion or some shit. It's but now I know how because I watched his videos. But you can't ask a question oh, what's the secret to a grilled cheese? I hit up him and Roy Choi at the beginning of lockdown. I was trying to make a grilled cheese, which I thought I had mastered, Oh my god, wait, I've been muted this whole time on Zoom. Matthew. Matthew. Hello? Oh, he's connecting to audio. It's all happening. He's got the AirPods in.
I got the AirPods in.
Wow, Matty.
Hello? Why
Hi,
am I
can
double
you hear
seeing
me?
me? I double see
What?
me.
Wait, go to gallery view at the top right. See where it says like speaker view and gallery view?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wow, this is so sick.
I'm putting up, this is a little table for my microphones.
Oh, wait, you got the whole setup?
Well, I don't fucking know.
You got some sort of setup?
It's a short table. I might hold the table and then I put.
Okay, so you're just holding a table.
Holding the table because if I watch this, it doesn't matter.
Wait, but what is the microphone even connected to anything?
Yeah, it's connected to my dongle.
Daddy's got the dongle out.
I got a double-edged dongle, one for power, one for speaker.
No, I can't turn this up.
And then this goes in here. Who's Anthony Papaccio?
It's a stranger. I don't know. I just kind of let him into the Zoom. Anthony's my podcast producer. Here's the thing, Matthew. I've done your podcast, and the episode hasn't come out, but I think once it does, that's when your podcast is going to go over the hill, over the mountain. That's when it's going to like reach peak podcasting.
We had a meeting about our podcast, and me and Two Tone said we're like, literally, we had a meeting, and we're like, when the Allie episode hits, we're about to open up some doors. Allie is about to open up some podcast doors for the powerful truth losers. And, you know, it's legitimately, we both said that. We're like, Allie's demo, we're gonna like transfer that. We're gonna soak that up. Well, here's the thing.
I don't think our demo is that different. I think you have a much larger demo than I do, if anything.
Yeah, but my demo doesn't give a rat fuck about the podcast demo.
I know that's what you're saying, but you have like 8,000 views on a podcast episode. That's great.
I guess so. I think it's just like, you know, there's Rogan and then there's us, you know?
Yeah, those are the two. That's it. That's the only podcast there are.
Yeah. It's Jesus.
But I was going to say that when I went over to do your podcast, which hadn't even come out yet, okay? Whoa. Wait, now there's an echo.
I like that. That's
okay.
So much,
well, this helps to the point that I was trying to make, was that when I went over to Two Tone's house, which you also record in a house, I'm not going to say you stole my podcast, but in a way you did. I
was inspired.
You were inspired.
I've been subscribed to Wrestling Bitch.
No, I think it's great that white men are taking from young white women.
Inspiring.
Sharing. Yes. But you guys were doing it at Two Tone's house, and it was so professional. You had someone there to do my makeup and my hair. You guys had like you converted Alex's living room into a full-blown studio. There were professional lights. There were 3 different camera setups, one behind. That's 4. Maybe there were more hidden cameras that I wasn't even aware of.
We have multiple GoPros. We have like 6 GoPros in the house.
Yeah, and I just want you to know that I'm using a light that I got from IKEA.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it keeps flickering in and out. It's flickering in and out. We have 1 camera. And we also got the timing completely wrong in terms of having you on our pod.
Yeah, well, you know, it's I guess you don't deal with a lot of you know, PSTs, ESTs. You know?
We're working on it. It's so annoying because I'm using my laptop that I got before I went to college and quickly dropped out. So this laptop is from 2013, so the audio is awful. And you're the type of person who there should never be an issue hearing.
No. Why?
And I can hear you, but it's very quiet.
My voice.
But that's on my end, and I'm hoping that Anthony knows what to do in post-production. You have like 5 producers on your show.
No, we have one. We have one like new metal kid named fucking Jason. He's fucking.
I love that kid. He was like He was like, hey,
Dude.
after the episode, he was like, do you want me to like bleep out where you live? Like Anthony's on his phone right now. I could be like showing my nudes and Anthony would be like, that was a great episode, Allie. Nothing needs to be taken out.
Yeah, that's you know, I think it's just you're a professional. You are a professional. We Jason, our podcast producer is like a human. He's like just skin. He's mostly just skin. There's not much on the inside. Maybe like warm, tepid milk, and he doesn't really do any. Every time we're like, hey, like, what do you think about this? He's like, great idea, great idea, great
he's
idea.
One of those dudes who's just like on board for anything.
Yeah, like we're like, hey, do you think like maybe we should do some of this? And he's just like, you know what? I think people are just grabbing on. It's a slow burn, and we just need to keep. And you're like, you're just agreeing with us. And he shows up with a shirt with like some like weird skull with like a nipple piercing on it. He wears shirts with like piercings on it. It's incredible. I don't even know where it came from.
Yeah. I mean, but that fits your vibe. It would be weird if you had like a producer who like dressed up in like button-down shirts.
Yeah. I think we need a freak. And it's just any type of freaks. And I think that's the thing, like, you know, Two Tone's like, you know, I'm cool. I'm from Venice. I'm a graffiti writer. And I'm like, yeah. I'm a spazzy.
He's like, I'm ethnically ambiguous.
Yeah, it's like, what am I? Am I from Bangladesh? I don't know. He doesn't.
It's like,
you know, like
I feel like Two Tone. I'm like, are you 12 years old or 100?
He's like a wizard. You don't know like how many centuries he's been around. He's literally like at any time he could like shapeshift and just turn into like a falcon or a lizard or like there's so many different things that Two Tone can do because he's he's just not from planet Earth. You know?
He's a lizard person.
I think I've known him a long time, and I think it's just like I don't like to say it out loud, but it's not one of us. He's not one of us.
Okay, so I don't know why. Whenever I have guests on, we just talk about whatever, you know, dumb shit. I'm not Oprah or anything. I'm not asking insightful questions.
You're not Oprah.
But last night I was like trying to like do some deep diving research on you. And it's really hard because you just make a bunch of food and it's not like
I'm not making rocket ships, you know? It's like you know, it's refreshing that we don't, you know what? I know every single fucking stupid fucking podcast I go on, it's like, and it's really nice to do stuff. That's why even on our podcast, it's like it was really refreshing, not just like telling your story. How did you do this? How did you fucking losers? And it's just like, I think it's really nice to not even have a format and you don't have to do anything. And it's just like podcasts should be just us talking, and if you can't listen to us and be entertained, then we're just not for you.
Yeah,
you know.
Wait,
and
Anthony,
it's just
why
where
don't
we're
you
at.
Turn your volume all the way up, and I'll turn mine all the way down. Okay, I muted mine.
Volume control.
Now you turn yours all the way up. Just turn your volume up. Don't like turn your audio on or anything. Yeah.
See, when you do that, I hear you in my earpod, and it sounds amazing.
Wait, now I can't hear Matty at all. Why isn't your audio working? Oh my god. Okay, we're back to mine.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yay! I can hear you at full volume. This is so exciting.
And we're both singers. That's the thing that I think that's the thing that drew. I think the first time I saw you do you stand up, you sang. I don't remember what the fuck you sang, but you sang.
I think that's what separates us from other people.
Now you're echoey as fuck. Yeah, echo me.
Wait, how is it now?
Echo you.
Can you hear me?
What's happening? We're editing it all out. We're editing it all out. We're editing. We're scraping the sides.
Can you hear me at all?
I can hear you now.
Oh, okay, great. I think we finally figured it out. Okay, this is beautiful.
That sounds great. Now I can hear you.
There's going to be so many different kinds of audio that come through because at one point I was doing the audio off my computer. Then it's through here. Now it's through Anthony's. I don't know what's happening anymore. But
this
you know what?
This microphone isn't even real.
I don't think this one is either.
This is just a decoy. I'm only recording through my AirPods. This
How
is
many
an
kitchens
ad.
do you have? How many kitchens do you have? Every time I see you, there's a new kitchen set up behind you.
I built this during the quarantine. This is in my barn.
Did you really?
Yeah, what are you supposed to do during the quarantine? Feel sorry for yourself? Put a
Kind
shelf up.
of.
You
I
know,
enjoy
put a
some
shelf
of
up.
that. Oh
Put a
my
shelf
god.
up. You know what I love though? You know what I love about your quarantine? That you're just constantly getting takeout.
Wait, what? Is that what it looks like on my Instagram?
I think I see it often. It's nice. No? You're always doing like the box openings of like taco places or something.
Oh,
You're like
yeah,
a taco reviewer.
I did do an unboxing of I called it the Jack in the Unboxing because I was doing like Taco Bell has this new great item. It's like, you know how they have their 2 tacos?
The gorditas? Crunches?
No, Jack in the Box.
We don't have Jack in the Box in Canada.
Oh my god, that's why you guys suck.
Yeah, it's why we're pathetic cockholds.
Wait, what fast food do you have there?
We have A&W. You don't have A&W. You guys don't have
no,
A&Ws.
I think we have like 3 A&Ws in the country.
You guys literally have everything. You're America. That's why you have everything.
Yeah, that's why we're the best.
That's why you're kind of puking all over yourselves right now. But the
do we both have the burpees?
Well, I'm drinking a 6-hour-old coffee.
Yummy. What time do you wake up normally?
5:36.
Is that because you have small children or because you're like Mark Wahlberg?
No, small children. I wake up in pain every day. I wake up and I wake up usually with like Mac, or like Mac is just like, play with me, daddy. Daddy, do you want to play with me? Daddy, I think you're my best friend. Daddy, you're not my best friend anymore. Mommy, will you play with me? And then I'm always like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off of me. Like, I'm not your best friend. It sounds like you
really like having kids.
It's the greatest. It's the greatest. It's the hardest. It's the hardest, most lovely thing you can do. You know, they're just uncompromising. You love them, but like, it's like, during the quarantine, you gotta like,
Aren't there so many times you just want to throw your kid against the wall, but like you could never?
No, you can't. You can't do that. That's not a good way to resolve anything with your children. I don't even like raise my voice with my children. So
really?
I just need to, because you got to talk like, I'll give a little bit of that every once in a while, but it's you got to talk to them, because the thing about with kids that I'm finding is if you yell at them, then when they're yelling, they're like, instantly they're like, you yell. And you're just like, ah! And you're just like Mac is 4 and he's like already just being like, oh, you can yell, but I can't yell. And as he's just like, you want to be a nasty boy? And you're like, oh, we're getting nasty now. Okay, MacArthur. Now, next time you ask me to wipe for your butt, I'm going to say, no.
You do it. You figure out how to use those fingers.
You use those fingers, dig in, and you pluck it out, and you wipe it nice, or wipe it into your ball bag. Not my job anymore.
Have you ever? I feel like you're gonna say yeah, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know you as well as I think I do. Have you ever pooped into your hand, Matthew?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm not. No. As much as a fucking human fucking loser, I would not. I've done a lot of things. I've seen somebody try to pluck a poop out of their butt with their own finger, but that was during just a really opiate time. He was really trying to just pull a little turd out. And you do enough heroin, there's no poop to pull.
No poop to pull, no tears left to cry. One time it just brought back this memory for some reason. I said that and it like I had like a "that's so Raven" moment where I didn't see into the future, but I saw vividly into the past. There was a time where I used to have really terrible poops, like
Yeah,
just like my whole situation down there was not working out. I had
it
to
was
get
a
a
lot.
colonoscopy in the 9th grade. Like no normal female 9th grader is getting colonoscopies, but it did bring me and my
No.
father closer together, which was great. But I
Larry.
remember I remember I had an insane hard poop and I had to try and
It was like a baseball.
like
It was like you have to break it up. You have to break it up. You had to fucking deal with it. You have to deal
and
with
I
it.
totally forgot about it until this moment, and it's haunting me. But it's also like a powerful, beautiful, reminder that I'm a human and I'm not perfect despite all other evidence.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like, if you have to shit in your hand, or if you have to put give a hook and break a piece off, or there's something about when it tears open, when the eclipse, when the poop comes out and it eclipses the hole, and it's just sometimes there's times where it's just like it comes out and I'm just like I dream of being pegged, and it's just I'm old now and I can't go back. It's like I feel it, and when I feel a big one, I'm like, oh.
Doesn't it feel
It's a
so
lot.
good though when a big one comes out? Like there's
then-
such a feeling of accomplishment after where you're like,
I could take on the world. I
Yeah.
literally, I'm about to run to be president. I know what it feels, you take a shit like that and you instantly are hungry. It's made so much room that you instantly have hunger. Like you never, it's like a werewolf. You turn into like a werewolf and you just want blood, or you just feel so good.
Like it feel like there's certain times, and this doesn't happen often anymore, but it hurts in the moment, but it feels so good after, when it feels like there's a Diet Coke can literally coming out, like you're shitting out a Diet Coke can.
Ooh. And you feel that nausea. You feel that nausea, and you guys don't feel this, but like your balls shrink up and get tight. And
Wait, really?
sometimes when I get like harsh diarrhea, when I know diarrhea, like a fucking like a multi-leveled, like hard, soft, like layered sediment, like the fucking Middle Earth is about to fall out of me. Like I'll get like, ooh, you get the fucking gargle. You get like the gargle, and then my balls get tight, and I'm just like, it's time to go to work. And your little
Man,
when your balls get
I love poop.
It makes everyone better.
It's so cool. It's just like so uniting, like we all have a journey with poop, and like it tells it, like if you met someone or if you didn't meet someone but you just saw their poop, you would know a lot about that person.
Yeah. And I think it's just like, back in the crazy days, I used to just say it was just piles of like, when you were at the beach and you dig down and then all of a sudden you find like the black sand and the black sand like stinks. And I'm like, that was like what was coming out of my body for like, like 15 years. It was like if I shit solid, I thought something was the matter with me. That was like the problem.
Oh my God. Do you, speaking of shit, I was watching some Matty's Patties tutorials last night, and it just reminded me of the texture and stuff of what you would put on top of that.
And it's the same. It's the exact same.
I fucked up a grilled cheese sandwich, and I think you witnessed that on my Instagram, and you were like, that's so embarrassing.
Well, it is, you can try to do it better. And it's just like the bare minimum. You're trying to make one of the simplest, most enjoyable dishes of all time, an American classic, and you're shitting on the fucking American flag when you're doing that shit.
I know, it was so embarrassing.
It's just like the thing about grilled cheeses is that it doesn't take much, and you never do it on high fucking heat, and you do it on the medium heat.
Well, I don't.
Do you use butter? Do you use butter or do you use margarine? You're margarine.
I eat butter raw.
raw
I
salted
love
butter.
butter. Yeah, I threw a bunch of butter on there, but here's the thing. I don't cook for myself. I have 3 beautiful roommates who are at the house right now that I love so much. And,
Yeah.
for a while, I didn't really feel comfortable in the kitchen. There were a lot of cooks in the kitchen. But now, during the pandemic, I've been cooking, but I'm like not there's so much you have to know, like temperatures and like which oils cook at a higher heat and like whatever. Who cares? I don't want to do math while I'm cooking. I just throw stuff on and I want it quick. So I threw the pan on the highest heat. It was smoking before I even threw anything on there. It was all bad. I had to open every window in the house. My mom was screaming at me. The grilled cheese tasted like shit, and I had to put on a happy face and pretend I was great. And I imagine for you, like, do you ever watch people cook and it just like stresses you out?
Yeah, I don't care. I sit back and I watch it, and it's just like, it's like watching somebody bomb. There's nothing better than watching somebody bomb. Like
Yeah.
you feel you because you've all done it, so you understand it. Everyone has fucked up cooking. So like when I watch, like when people send me shit that they're like, "Yo, check this out, Matty," I'm like, "Wow, what you do there? What
How
you do
many
there,
how many
buddy?"
texts or how many texts or FaceTimes do you get a day from like people you know, not just like randos on Insta, but like people being like, "What did I
It's
do?"
yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and then I'm like, you can't go back. Like it's like you already spent. They're like, I spent 17 hours cooking this thing. Like, what do you think? I'm like, bruh, like you
Yeah, too
fucked up.
late.
Like, yeah, don't call me now. Don't call me at the 11th hour. If you call me at the
Yeah.
11th hour, I got no fucking band-aids for you. I'm out of
Yeah.
fucking Survivor fucking kits. But
Yeah, you're
if
like I can recommend what you eat off of, but that's about it.
yeah, add ketchup. At this point, you just need to smother that fucker in ketchup and fucking soak it up. And but the thing about it is, I think the funniest thing is my biggest connection to like fucking celebrities is like if I meet a celebrity and they're like, "Oh, you're a chef." All of a sudden, if you give like a fucking any celebrity, if you're a chef and you give any stupid fucking celebrity your phone number somehow, they fuck out of nowhere. You'll just be like, "Hey, cooking for Christmas dinner. Can I get some recipes?" Like the amount of people that hit me up, and it's always the funniest thing. And then I have this like obligation where I have to help these fucking people because I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm never gonna have anything to do with these people. And then they're just like, that's why
Yeah.
it's just like every fucking person hits you up and they're like, I'm cooking a pork butt, I'm cooking this, I'm doing this. Like, should I do? I'm like, do I call you about writing music? Like, get
I
the fuck away
know.
from me. Hey, I'm really trying to write a new song. I just bought a keyboard, really trying to figure this out. Can you tell me how to write? Tell me, like literally, it's going to take me I'm about to spend 8 hours. I'm about to spend 8 hours trying to rewrite this new song I have. I got a keyboard, I got a microphone, I got a fucking guitar, got a tambourine, I got a fucking bola, fucking whatever, wind horn. And it's just like, can you just describe to me how to like format and write a song just really quickly? Yeah,
I
I
think
know
we
that you're
should
really
start a
busy.
band. I think we should start a
Yeah,
band, Maddie.
yeah. It's called "We're the Fucking Best."
The best band
The
ever.
best band ever. The best band ever. And we just sound like the Shangri-Las. We were very and we
Ah. Wow, that was actually pretty good. Ah. Ah.
I think we could
At
do like the
the
next 007 theme song.
what if there was gonna be a movie made about your life, who do you think would play you?
Um
Who do you think that they would cast for you, and who would you want to be cast for you?
I think they would probably cast for me, like obviously Jonah Hill, and who I would Jonah Hill would put on a bunch of fake tattoos and look super sick. And then
You would
I
suddenly
think,
be a skateboarder.
yeah. and I think maybe I would, if I would to, or I don't know. I think, I don't know, me. I would play me.
No, I want to play
I
you.
would act. You play me. I would, yeah. I think I would flip the roles. I'd probably get Ali Makovsky to play me. And
You know what?
in the
I was
life and
watching-
times,
What?
you go. You
Okay.
go. Zoom.
I was watching one of your videos on the YouTube, and it was really sweet. Your beautiful wife Trish dropped off some shitty chocolates on Valentine's Day for you, but I realized I look like I could be your child.
You could
Like,
be a Matheson child.
I kind of look like you and Trish combined a little bit.
I look like Larry.
Yeah, you do have a Larry vibe. He's been on the pod. Should we FaceTime him?
FaceTime Larry?
Yeah, should we?
Sure.
Can I use your phone, Anthony?
Who would play you? Who would play you in the movie? Scarlett Johansson? Who would play you in Ellie McCall? Why not?
Oh my god.
Why not? Scarlett?
I think I kind of want it to be someone who like has kind of like a you know, the girl who's in Midsommar, Summer.
Yes,
Did you see that movie?
Yes,
Summer.
great. It's like, do you know what I think about that movie?
What?
And a lot of people were like, it's not like, you know, it's obviously a lot of people were like, whatever. Like, it has mixed reviews, I feel. And
well, you
know what I think? Well, I
what
just think well, it's not like a big weird thing like I think, but I feel like that whole movie genuinely felt like a real life nightmare where all of these things are happening and you're like, why are these things happening? And they're and you can't change it because it's hello. Hi, Larry.
Dad, we're doing a podcast, but my friend wants you to play him in the movie of his life. Would you be interested?
Would you play me in my movie? If I made a movie, it's going to come out on Hulu, and I need somebody to play me as I'm a chef. Will you play me, Larry?
I can do that.
Okay. So, Larry, my voice is high pitched. Can you can you hear my voice?
Well, that I can't help you with.
Can you try? Can you try?
You have too deep of a voice. You need to act. You need to take acting seriously. This is a serious situation, and I need you to do my voice. My voice is usually like this, and I'm known for having a high pitched voice. So can you do a little bit of a high pitched voice for me, Larry?
Well, I'll try.
Okay, and all you have to say is, "Hi, I'm Matty Matheson, and this is the story of my life."
This is the story of my life. I'm a very fine chef. I don't know if I can do this or not.
Dad, would you be willing to get tattoos to play the Matty Matheson life story?
Method acting.
How much does it pay? What's the gig worth?
I'll pay off one of your credit cards.
Dad, what's your favorite thing to cook? Like, if you're trying to impress a group of people, what are you cooking up?
Yeah, what's your dad move?
I got a call coming in.
Oh, you gotta go? You got a call coming? Oh my god, you're so fucking Hollywood. He gets offered one fucking movie, and he's like, gotta go. I'm big time.
Serious. He doesn't realize that we're writing a movie right now.
I know, he has no idea. Oh my god.
We're producing a movie.
My dad will like make food, and then once he gives it to you to eat, he just watches. He just stares. He's like, "Do you like it? Is everything good?" It used to freak me out. I was like, "What did you do to this?"
That's gross. See, I'm indifferent when people. If I make stuff, I don't care if people like it.
You know what I hate? I went to my sister has a fiance. Good for her.
Oh, she found love.
Both of my sisters did. I'm like, ugh, it's so lame.
How long have they been with their partners? How long have they been with their partners?
I don't know. They've both been with them for like over 2 years.
I like that. I like people that get married after 2 years and they're like, let's go. And then they have kids and they're like, I hate you. I hate you.
Yeah. You and Trish were like high school sweethearts, yeah?
21 years. We've been together for 21 years. How about that?
I was 3 years old when you guys started shacking up.
When we started banging each other.
Did you guys bone right away or did you wait? Is that personal?
Well, no, it is personal, but of course
But like,
I'll answer it.
Okay, great.
No, I think it didn't take us long. It didn't take us long.
Yeah.
We were in high
Because I
school.
never
don't
know what the balance is, you know?
Yeah, it's not like I think it's it didn't take us long.
Got it. Okay.
I don't think we waited till the right time. I think it was just one of those things. We doinked, shut it down. It probably lasted just hundreds of seconds and shut it down.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it was
okay,
like life altering.
So to get off of the topic of sex and back to food criticizing, I was with my sister and her fiance, or is it fiance? Who cares? So fiance, and we went on a trip, and their parents made food. They made burgers, and I don't lie. Like, I don't pretend to like someone's food. I'm not mean about it. I'm not like, this tastes like shit. But they'll be like,
okay.
"Oh, why aren't you eating that?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a little bit too salty."
Why? That's the best. I didn't think that's the best, because you're like, "Why aren't you eating it?" Didn't even come into my brain. It's like that's a good thing, because it's that's the ultimate fuck you. You're like, that's like I thought you're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's good." It's like, no, you're just not eating it. You're saying, no, that's not going inside me because it's so bad. Read the body language, shut it down, try harder. Do you know who the fuck I am?
They didn't grill the buns, Matthew. There were cold buns on a perfect burger. How do you do that to your food?
They're foolish, they're inexperienced, and they're lazy.
I'm like, how do you become an adult and have children only to
with
not
cold
grill
buns?
A bun?
You don't serve cold buns, okay? This isn't a fucking church funeral. We're not in a basement of a church at a funeral, okay? You don't serve fucking cold buns.
Oh, it was so rude. But yeah, I keep it 100.
Losers.
Okay.
That is what I think more people should. I remember one time in high school, I was so high on mushrooms. And I was at my friend's house, and we were at this house party, and I was tripping so hard. I ate a lot. I ate a lot of mushrooms, and I was like, if everyone just stopped lying, everyone would know how people feel, and then from there, it would be okay, because then everyone would just be honest, and then people would just have to learn to deal with things rather than pent them up. And I was just like, we just have to stop lying. And then I ended up throwing my friend Camilla into the pool, and I got kicked out of the party because I threw her in the pool and she didn't like that, fully clothed, and I got kicked out. It was our friend Lisa's house, and it was one of those things. I was kind of a mangled case, but I was going around telling everyone that we don't have to lie anymore, because if we don't lie anymore, then I was just like that guy, just being like, we don't have to lie anymore. But because I think I feel the same kind of way as well, where I think it's like when people ask me my opinion, and maybe it's through just like old age or becoming a little bit older, or just being like, yeah, no, man, like that's not good. Or like if people ask me my opinion on some things, I'm just very honest, and I'll tell you why I feel that way, or what you're doing but you asked me for my opinion, so I'm going to give you my honest opinion. I always give my honest opinion. Yeah,
I just think it's like such a disservice to lie to help someone's feelings, like out of fear, like lying to just like soften the truth, because then in turn, when you do that, I think it like create, like if I lied about, I don't know, I just think it creates a bigger problem than you think. Like, I think some people lie because they think that it's helping a situation, but then like later down the line, it ends up like backfiring. So I like to go the route of being honest, but in like a nice-ish way.
I think that's okay. Why would you not want to be honest?
Like, I hate when people are like brutally honest in a bitchy way, and they're like, this is just my authentic self. And I'm like, yeah, but no one asked for your opinion about something. So you just saying it because you think that that's honesty is not being
and being
helpful.
aloof, being like, that's just being rude, I think. Like when people are just like, don't flick things away from yourself. I think that's just being like whatever. But it's just like if somebody's asking you for an honest opinion, then you want like it doesn't help anybody. Like if you ask somebody an honest opinion about anything, or like even me, like when I have like when I cook, when I was making fucking the initial barbecue for doing my meat and three, I like texted like 4 master barbecue people, 4 master barbecue guys. And I was just like, please, I'm sending you photos. Here's what I'm thinking. Like, what do you guys honestly think from these photos? And they all gave me like very honest feedback that helped me fucking get to the place I wanted to get. And then I eventually got to the place I wanted to get. But I think a lot of people don't understand that I think critical criticism, like very like honest criticism is literally the best. Like if you were to ask somebody, whatever the fuck it is, fucking how do I do makeup? And you show up and you got fucking, face paint like you on your fucking your chat zones or whatever.
This is
you're
my
doing
subtle
up there.
juggalo makeup.
Yeah, your subtle juggalo makeup, and if you're like, hey, like, what do you think about my makeup job? And you ask a serious makeup person, they're like, well, I think you need to rub it in a little more, maybe get a better base, maybe a little less around the eyes, and you're on your way. Maybe you take those 3 little notes.
Makeup.
Yeah, well, a less around the eye. You want a smoky eye. Remember the smoky eye? The smoky eye
Yeah, that was
big.
so big. Everyone was like freaking out about the dark raccoon smoky eye.
The smoky eye.
I think I honestly killed my makeup today.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Like it's like natural, but you can tell I'm still like glam,
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a high and low. You're wearing the vintage tee. You got the hair. And,
no, this is my friend's band. Espresso.
Good name.
I love that people just name bands. They're like, what's something that we use every day? It's like kitchen knife.
Yeah. Do you know what
Hello,
my band
Los
name?
Angeles, I'm Wooden Spoon.
Exactly. My band in high school.
Of course, you were in a band in high school. Tell me more.
The name of we were a hardcore band. And my band name was Hanging Hearts.
Wow.
And I love that you're just like, wow.
Wow.
It was nothing much to it. It was very, we played a couple shows and it was very short-lived. But Hanging
What did you
Hearts,
do? What was your role
I was a singer.
in the band?
I was a singer.
Hello, everybody! Wait, can you give me a line from a song?
From high school?
Yeah, or just like make up a line. Like I would love to hear your hardcore voice.
Whoa! No, I don't know. I can't do that right now. I'm not in the zone.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're not in the zone. That's like do a joke. Do a joke, comedy. Hey, fucking Mrs. Comedy. Slam
but if you
joke.
asked me to sing, I would 100% start singing right now.
Yeah, but you're not a singer. I'm a singer. I was in a band.
I was in a band?
What was your band?
Oh, God, and I have armpit. Look at this.
You're sweating.
You're sweating. That's because I have all these professional lights. It's hot with my professional lights. No, I'm sweating because I'm sweating because I told you the wrong time to do the podcast.
No, well, I know. I said 3:00 in the text, and you said awesome or best, sweet, and you said something, and then I was just like, it's 3:00. And then I was like, I waited, I came out, I set up my microphone, my light stand, I set up all my stuff, and then I was like, it's 3:15. And you're like, I said 1:00 my time. I was like, 2 texts ago. It wasn't like a long conversation happened in between it. Literally, the last text was 3:00 my time.
I know, but I thought the time difference was 2 hours. So I thought it was supposed to be.
Don't you have your phone?
I'm not, you know what?
I'm not good at this stuff. You hit the clock, and you put in LA time, and then you put in Toronto or New York, or the same as New York.
I need Anthony to blur out. Oh my god.
Pillow down. Pillow
I
down.
need
Resting
Anthony.
bitch pod.
I need
The
Anthony.
set is falling down.
I need Anthony to blur out my pit stains. No one can know I sweat.
CGI it out. Anthony,
There's a lot of
now.
hot boys. There's a lot of hot boys that listen to this. Anthony, crop out my armpits.
Pachequino, you got some fucking edits to do. Anthony, Pacheco?
Pacheco.
Pacheco potato. He's a fucking Pacheco chops. That's nice.
Shut up. Okay, sorry I don't have $1 million to make a beautiful podcast.
No, what do you mean? I'm sitting here with I got my Amazon stand with the fucking circle light behind it. What do you mean?
Next time you're in LA, could I give you like a makeover?
Yes, 100%.
Could I do your makeup? Really?
Yeah, yes. I love, I have beautiful skin. But check this out. See these things? Well, I have some skin coloration. I have skin discoloration here.
Yeah, what happened?
See this? I don't know.
What's
I think
wrong?
I have a disease. I think it's not like alopecia. I don't know.
RIP.
But everyone says that they're like, oh, you have mustache lines, and I'm just living there being like, I don't have mustache lines. I have disease. I have a skin disease.
Are you one of those people who's like, actually, it's a disease?
Yeah, I've been waiting for the right moment to release it. I'm gonna probably do kind of a press tour. You get my PR really involved in like talking about my little white spots on my face.
The title of this podcast is going to be called Matty Has a Disease. Listen before it's too late.
I understand how you feel. I have a disease.
My sister had to get like a mole removed. It was like skin cancer, and she group texted the family being like, guys, I have cancer. Like, she was so dramatic about it. It's like,
you don't want to joke about that. Yeah,
I know, but she's like, she got it removed. It was it was fine. And she's like, guys, I'm a survivor.
Oh.
She started doing marches. It was over the top.
Just got to go fund me for other people. That's fine.
Yeah. Wait, what was I going to say? I was going to say something about, okay, so you have that skin disease you're claiming. I'm sure it really affects your life on a daily basis. I
can't sleep.
I have facial hair. All of a sudden, I just have started to grow facial hair. So I'll get like a black hair right over here, over here. And people will like they'll think it's like an eyelash. And so they'll just like try and wipe it off my face. And then I have to admit to them that I have a beard.
One time, also, I think I was really high on MDMA.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, cool.
So I was really high. We were at this show in the back of the skate park. There's like a fucking awesome metal show going on. And I walked up to one of my best friends. I was so high. And I walked up. I was like, when did you get that piercing? And she had this thing. And it was just a mole. And I kept on like being like, where did you get that? And she's like, get out of here. It's a fucking mole, you idiot.
Oh my
it's like
God.
One of my best friends. And I just like never saw like this mole. And I was like, when did you get the fucking... when did you get that? Just like MD made out. Just like, where's the piercing?
Do you have like a moment where like a foot in your mouth type of moment that you vividly remember? Because there was one time where my sister was telling me about one of her friends who had like a hairy back. Like my sister was like, oh my God, this friend of mine has such a hairy back. Like I feel so bad for her. Like it's really, really, really hairy, like dark hair. Like I feel so bad. And
so she's standing behind her?
No. I don't know why it stuck out to me, but one day we were having dinner at my house and my sister's friend was over and I didn't know that it was like a friend, whatever. And I was like, yeah, Courtney has one friend who has a really hairy back. And it was that girl. I didn't know. And my sister kicked me so hard.
So disgusting. She's her friend, dude, Susan is so disgusting.
And
she's
my
like
sister kicked me so hard under the table. I was like, I just was like, fuck, why did I say that?
Well, that's fine. And I've said, are you kidding me? I've had the worst experiences. Do you want to hear the meanest thing I've ever done? I think
Yeah, I
I'll
would
out
love
myself
to.
completely. As a fat fucking loser, I
You're not a
remember.
loser.
No, I know that's nice. I'm still fat though. I'm like
But
you
you
should
are a
have said
thick boy.
you're not a fat. I'm big. I'm fucking 300.
You're.
I'm fucking.
Do you
Anyway,
wait? I have a question though, because I've gained 10 pounds during lockdown.
I've lost weight. I've lost weight.
Okay, good for you. But I've gained 10 pounds. My pants don't fit anymore. These are like the only ones that fit. These are my blue baggy pants. D- do you think that, like, are you losing weight because you're not going out to eat as much, or like do you think that like
Yeah.
because you're a chef you're just like eating all the time, or like
No, I'm at
what's the
home.
deal?
I'm just not eating like. Um, the most restaurants I frequent are airport fucking like burrito spots or something. Like it's just like I'm constantly just eating chips and sour cream. So it's just like
Yeah.
I'm just constantly flying. So I think it's just over the last couple of years, I literally only travel and eat I'm just like I eat like 3 meals a day out. And now
Well,
I'm
and
at
because
home and I'm like, I'm gonna eat like maybe I'll just eat a little bit of chicken and some potatoes from yesterday for lunch. And then
yeah.
usually I'd go to a restaurant and like sport eat like a pizza, spaghetti. I go to John and Vinny's and eat like 8 different things at John and Vinny's with one person. And it's
Yeah,
just like
I sporty. I don't take food home. I eat everything. Even if I'm not hungry anymore,
dude, before you did our podcast, you ate a double quarter pounder meal.
Oh yeah, that's true. I was like in my car before the podcast, just like scarfing it
No
down. There was a
AC
hot
on?
guy
No
on the
AC on?
sidewalk. Yeah, I was like
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah,
Anyway,
I
so the
feel like I'm
meanest
getting
thing.
Oh.
What? No. You asked me to tell a fucking story and then you told a fucking story.
Okay, sorry. Tell the story.
Maybe I don't want it because it'll make me sound really bad. But okay, I'll tell the story.
Okay.
So we're all getting into a car. There's a bunch of people. I'm obviously super cool.
Wait, when is this? When is this?
This is 2002. Okay.
Okay,
And
post 9/11.
Post 9/11. Okay,
Post 9/11.
there we go. Post 9/11. I'm getting into a car, and there's this one person that I don't really like, and we all jump in the car, and I was like, "Yo!" And I was like fucking hammered. And we all jump into the car. My one buddy's not drunk actually, and I'm hammered. I think I fucking shut those pillows down. Okay, you fuck around with those pillows any fucking more. It's just like fucking get your set straight. Okay, you see these pots? Those pots right there? Those pots don't fucking move. Okay. See the fucking goddamn fucking butchering goddamn arsenal behind me? They don't move. That's a set. Okay, stop fucking around with your pillows. So we get into this fucking car, and I'm quickly to say, let's get out of here before that fat fucking loser gets in here. And she's like, I'm right behind you. And she was in the car, and I was like, ah! And I start laughing like a psychopath. And it was still the meanest. I need to make an amends. I need to find that person and make an amends. Because that is still in my brain as I think the meanest thing that I've ever, especially as somebody who is a fat, I'm fat. I've sat next to people on airports and dude, one time, and that's my just desserts. Here we go. So I do that. Obviously that person she got out of the car and she's like, you're a fucking asshole. Gets out of the car. I don't really see that person ever again.
Did she walk home? She's like, I need to work this
No,
off.
we were at a party and we were about to go do the drug run and like get to like the real party.
Got it.
And so I was like, why are we bringing this fucking loser with us to go get, I don't want anybody fucking sniffing my fucking coke. Get this fucking bitch out of here. Kind of like, I was just like, psycho. And fucking, and this is, fucking 18 years ago. And I still remember it to this day as me being like one of my meanest things. Cause I was just like, I would never want somebody to say that. And then like in the last couple months, I remember I sat next to this woman on a plane, this old white, rich fucking woman. And I even posted about it because I sat next to her and I took a photo, literally sitting next to her, like me on a fucking plane. We're literally sitting like business class, and it's just like a short flight. It's like a 2-hour flight, and the seats are like small little fucking charter flight plane. And I'm sitting next to her, and I'm like jammed up And I'm like, I look over my shoulder and I see her texting. I'm sitting next to the most enormous man I've ever sat next to on the plane. He's gross. And I take a photo of the photo of her texting her like daughter's group chat, and they're like, "Ew, sorry, mom. See you soon." And I take a photo. And I posted it on Instagram, and the guy sitting behind me follows me and taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Get that bitch." And she like looked at me, and I looked at her. It was like the funniest thing because he like hit me and was like,
"Whoa."
Post. And
that's
was like
crazy.
And then I was like, maybe that's for me being like, me being an asshole. Then I finally got a taste of how it feels like,
Yeah. That's Have you ever had one of those moments? Because I mean, one of the main reasons why I want to become very rich, successful, and famous is just so I can like find like teachers from my past or like weird people who like, had an impact on me in my youths, and then I just like lost touch with them. Have you ever had one of those moments now that you're a big
celeb, you want to hear it?
Hot shot? Yeah, I want to hear.
Every massive celebrity has one. And let me tell you my massive celebrity one, okay? My old science teacher became the principal of my old high school. And she was not nice to me. And I remember her being like one of the mean teachers. She was, I don't know, whatever. She was not like nice to me. Maybe I was probably an asshole. I think I was not a good student. I was very like, I was not easy to be in a classroom with. I was very attention seeking. I was like the loudmouth idiot.
Same.
Don't give a fuck, and like just beaking off constantly.
Same.
And so I was just like, I was the loudmouth. I wasn't even the class clown. I was like the loudmouth asshole. And and it was so funny. She sent me this. Somehow she got my email or some shit, and she sent me an email being like, "We would love for you to come and talk to the students of the high school." I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm like, sure, cool, the youth, whatever. But I'm like, I don't give a fuck about high school. Like, I'm like, I didn't have I hated high school. I went to multiple high schools. I hate fucking high school.
Same.
I hate cops. I hate teachers. I shouldn't say hate, but it's just like it's fucking. It's. I'm not
authority.
I'm not. Yeah, like I'm like a punk. I'm punk, bro. And
you're so punk.
I'm fucking so punk sitting here on my fucking microphone, my light stand. I'm fucking punk. I even wore my punk shirt, got the bad brains. I'm punk. So just holding on. I'm a complete sellout. And
I mean, I would be too if I had anything to sell.
It's nice.
I'm ready to get there.
And this my old teacher, I'm just eating stuff off, like there's like scraps of like something on my thing. I'm just eating stuff like that was like a loose nerd. I'm like, where did that nerds come from? When do we have nerds in here?
Look at how sweaty I am.
It's gross. It's disgusting.
There's got to be someone who's like watching this who has like a fetish.
Not me. That is gross. It's like a fucking.
Do you think your friend Luke would be into this?
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. You'd nestle up in there, get in there.
Matty,
smell it out.
Matty has a bunch of hot friends.
All my hot surfer dudes. And so whatever. Can I finish my story?
Okay, sorry.
It's not even that good. Anyway, she just emails me and asks if I would come and talk to the school. Like do a spoken word.
Spoken word.
My
name's Matty. I'm a chef.
I used to be a drug addict, and now I'm not. Fucking loser. And I was just like, yeah, absolutely. Here's my price card. And I sent her like my fucking straight up. I was like, here's my speaking engagement price card. And she's like, oh. I was like, yeah, man, just let me know anytime. Love to do it. And it was pretty funny because I'm like, I live like 20 minutes from my high school, but I was still just like, it's it felt good to just be like, yeah, anytime. Like, here, this is, you want to pay to play.
That's such
I
a
don't owe you anything.
Move.
I don't owe you anything.
That's so sick.
I don't want to waste 2 hours of my time talking to hundreds of students, giving them the gifts.
Yeah, giving away all the secrets.
Yeah, give away all the secrets to these like losers. Come on.
Oh my god, it took me a while to get around to watching it, but as soon as I did, I like binge watched it. I love Eating Out America.
It's the greatest culinary show of all time. You're welcome.
It's brilliant. It's perfect. All of the episodes are edited so well, and the
That's our
guests
man
are
Tort.
so good.
That's our man Tort.
Oh my
Tort.
god, I love it. I love it.
Tort's
My
the
favorite
best.
is the episode with little Mason Ramsey. Oh my
bless
god,
him.
it's so fun. If anyone hasn't watched it, because this is like the perfect time to watch it on YouTube because there's so
Yeah.
much time in the day. That is the next thing people need to watch on the tube.
Just name a better culinary show. And you can't name any of my other ones because I have a lot. So it's just
You
like,
have so-
please.
I didn't realize until I was deep diving last night, like Oprah Winfrey.
I got content.
Did you star on Munchies? Is that like how it all kind of started popping off for you? Not that that's how you like started, but like was that
No,
like
that's it. That's all it is. I made the cheeseburger video, then I made a bunch of other videos, and then I made hangover cures. If you watch hangover cures, it's like that's when I first got like fucking clean. And it's just like if you watch, there's like 3 episodes of hangover cures, and the reason that hangover cures stopped was because I got fucking clean.
sober?
And it's just yeah. And it's just like and you can watch. There's one episode that will never air that is like too juicy for the fucking world.
Do you still have it?
I don't have it. Vice has
But
it
someone
somewhere,
has
but
it.
it's
Yeah.
gone. Like we all signed contracts. I was like, this can never fucking air. It was too and it wasn't like it was just wild. It was wild.
Yeah.
It would have been like the wildest thing. Still to this day, it just makes me feel weird because I was just in such a place where I didn't give a fuck. But yeah, I just started making stuff. I don't know, but I've been making videos, dude. I started making videos when I was like, I've been making literally videos for 8 years. It's like
Yeah.
it's not new. It's not anything. It's just like I don't know. And now the thing about it is now I just make everything myself. So it's just like it's amazing. Like I learned how to like make shows, and then like even with Eat Out America, like that's me and my crew. Like that's our production. That's Castellet Palace Productions. And so we did I've made 2 shows like fully ourselves. So that's just a dash and then Eat Out America. And it's just like, yeah, it's the best because we just make dude, it's so sick. Because we can make all that shit. Like the thing about working with Vice for so many years is we learned how to make stuff for nothing, right?
Yeah.
And so like we got 2 dudes and a camera, 1 sound guy, and that's it. And we got maybe sometimes we have a field producer, but like even when we're making Eat Out America, it was amazing. We're making like Eat Out America with Betty, and like legitimately, there's not even like we don't have car service. We don't have like me and Betty are like, what do we do? And we're like, I was like, Benny, we just have to take like an Uber to the next like location. Because he's like, well, why don't we go with the film guys? I was like, there's no room in the van. We only have 1 van.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's so funny that we're just like still making stuff the way that we know how. And the thing about it is like, you continue to just make stuff the way that you know how. And that's the most genuine. That's the easiest way. It's the cheapest way. And it's still, you're only as good as your editor. You know, and that comes down to our man Tort, and he's just got the dream, you know?
Yeah. That's why the pillows fall down. We roll with it. It's me and Anthony.
It's the best. The best.
Yeah, and the pillows. The pillows are a big part of the pod. Something that you said, and then we can wrap it up. I don't know what your plans are today or whatever, but you said what was it? It was like, by the time you're done cooking food, you're like not even excited to eat it.
Yeah, Moshe. Like I don't give a fuck. By the time I'm done cooking, because like by the time you're done cooking something, you've tasted it so many times, getting it to where you want it, that you've tasted the sauce, the noodle, the salad dressing, the fucking everything. By the time you sit down to eat, you eat like I always eat the littlest amount because I'm fucking over it. Or like I'm like one of those people who like snacks while they cook. So like I'll eat like 2 pieces of bread or something while I'm cooking something. I'm like, I'm not that fucking hungry anymore. Like even yesterday, like I made like some spatchcock chicken with a bunch of olives and peppers and onions, and fucking made the salad. And
wait, what's the chicken called?
Spatchcock, like when you take out the spine and you lay it flat.
Spatchcock.
spatchcock.
I love
Spatchcock a
that.
chicken. Spatchcock a chicken. And yeah, so it is yeah, I don't sometimes if I'm like starving, but most of the time I cook stuff and by the time I'm done cooking it, I'm like, I just want to eat it, taste it, have a couple bites, everything, and I'm good. It's not like I'm gonna fill a plate.
I think it's kind of the same. Like people who are guys who are able to S their own D, suck their own dick. They say it feels more like sucking dick than getting your dick sucked. And I imagine that's like with food.
What would people think? Of course that's what it would feel. I obviously cannot do that. The penis is very small and the belly's very big. That's like, just like there's like I'm on one side of a mountain and there's like a mouse on the other side. And I do not have a neck for that. I do not. But I do wish that like, I always, when I first heard that Marilyn Manson cut ribs out to suck his own dick, I'll tell you one thing. I was like, I'm fucking doing it. I'm cutting out the ribs. Let's get rid of these ribs. We got too many. What are all the ribs for? The lung is not as big as the rib. I have way more rib than lung. So I was just like, let's get rid of the ribs and start sucking some dicks. Or just suck my dick, I mean.
Unless you had multiple.
Yeah, if you had 2 sprouts, then fucking go to town, But yeah, I think obviously it feels because your dick doesn't really have like your dick has feeling, but it's not like your mouth. Your mouth is like literally a fucking sense, and it's just like you have is your cock a sense? No. Your eyes are a sense, your mouth is a sense,
Yeah. If we're like super apocalyptic and like people started eating people, what would you go for first on the body? Has anyone asked you this question before? I want to be like female Sean Evans, but without wings.
Yeah. So, you can find, if you want a deep dive, there's a video with where I cook human placenta for a guy and he eats it. It's a very, very first time I've ever done any camera stuff ever. And I'm like wearing chef whites. It's very funny. And there's this guy, Kenny Hoyts. I'm such an idiot. So Kenny Hotz, did you ever see a show, Kenny versus Spenny? It's
I don't think so.
It's incredible. It's two best friends. It's like, it is like an iconic comedic show. 2 best friends that every single episode was a contest, and whoever lost had to do what the fuck, and they would set the rules, and it is vicious. It's like there's one where Kenny tricked Spenny into thinking he got doctors in on it, like they both went and got AIDS tests, and he tricked Spenny into literally thinking he had an AIDS test, and they had to do this stand-up, and Spenny went on stage and bombed because he couldn't deal with the fact he found out that he had AIDS right before going on stage.
Oh my God.
This show is like the crazy, it's like some of the best stuff you've ever seen in your life. And
that's so sick.
It's so sick. It's so demented. So Kenny Hotz was a silent partner at some of our restaurants, and he had this show called Triumph of Wills, which is another masterpiece. And he had an episode where he would triumph his wills, right? So he would just do these insane things. And he wanted to see if he could could be a cannibal. So like he like, what part of the human body can you legally eat? It's a placenta.
Yeah.
People have placentas.
See, but that doesn't really count to me because that's just like if I cooked my period blood or something. It's like, yeah, technically it's like soup. Was inside of me, but I'm talking like I want, like, not that I will or would, but
the butt muscle. The butt muscle is the biggest muscle.
Ooh, okay.
The rump. You want the rump roast. You make it like a roast beef dinner out of your butt. That's it. As easy as if you want to talk, that would be like the first go-to. Have you ever watched the movie Alive?
I don't think so.
It's about this like soccer team that got stuck in the mountains, and it's a real story in like the 70s, and they ate like each other, and because they had to survive up on this mountain, and they actually ate people. It's a crazy story. It's actually a beautiful movie. but they had to like literally carve their friends up and eat them.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
which of your famous friends would you eat first? Like you'd be like, you know what, this.
I wouldn't eat Benny. I think like Dip Dog. If I ate Dip Dog's got lots of butt muscles. Diplo's butt, Wes's butt is like something that I would probably not mind eating.
Do you think there's a party at Diplo's tonight?
There's always a party at Diplo's.
Dude, I love that show so much.
Eat Out America is the greatest show.
That's a quote from Eating Out America. Watch the goddamn show. I went on a crazy Diplo deep dive after that episode. I'm like, this guy seems like such a whack job. I was like, I have to do research on him. And then I like fell in love and was like, he has such a cool story. He's been around forever. Like really
He's an
hustled.
OG.
Oh my God, yeah. I was quoting him to family and friends, being like, this man is a genius. Like,
dude,
really
Wes is no
did
joke.
A 180.
He is he's great. He's a great guy.
Okay.
His Instagram is Banana Town. We were talking about
eating people. I'm not a cannibal, and
so what would you eat? Would you eat somebody if you had to?
I would.
Like, I mean, yeah. Of course.
Not even if I had to. If I was in like a country where they like ate people, I would definitely try it just out of curiosity.
No way. No.
Yeah, way.
Because I thought the same thing. When I went to Vietnam, and we went like to the dog market, and it spooked me. And it was a thing that like I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. We're in the culture. It's like they're like these farm dogs. Because I was like, oh, it's gonna be like a Chihuahua or a Husky or all these different dogs. It's like this one dog that's bred for eating. And we went to like the dog market. There's like this one street where you can still get dog. And I like the second we turned the corner, I was just like, no, not doing that.
Really?
Not doing it. Nope. And I'm not an animal person. I'm like, I'm just, I don't know if I'm a sociopath or what, but animals kind of I get no kind of feelings from like companionship of animals. I don't like, I get it. I respect it. I think it's great. I just don't, I don't have that bone in my body.
Yeah.
And
you got it removed to suck your dick. It was the animal bone.
That was the animal bone. Oh. Is that like a full circle thing? Is that like
that was
comedic?
A full circle
how you bring
thing.
Is that what's that term? What's that term when you bring it
back? Callback.
That's a callback.
It's a callback.
I have a question about callbacks. I think, is there a rule? You know what I don't like about comedy? And I don't know if I've said this to you before. I don't like when people do too many callbacks. If you do one callback per special, if you do two callbacks or reference even the same word, it's lazy, right? I feel it's lazy.
I agree.
As a job that's based on words and punctuation and timing, you can't repeat the fucking callback more than once.
No, and I think for me, my comedy style is very conversational in some ways. Like I want it to feel like I'm just talking to the audience and like having a convo. And it's like, when in a natural convo does someone keep bringing up the things that they said? It's like, that's just corny. And it's annoying because sometimes people will like try and like, I'll ask someone for advice on a joke and they'll be like, oh, you can make that a callback into that other joke you have. And I'm like, no, this is different.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to do magic on stage. I hate when comedians use like spells and wizardry to like make a joke. I'm like, just talk, just be a normal person. It works and I like it sometimes, but I'd rather not.
Callback. I have one callback in my spoken word material.
In your slam poetry tour?
My slam poetry tour, I have one callback.
Are you still going to take me to Australia when you go?
You're opening.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I don't know. Whenever the world goes back, I think I canceled my entire like world tour, but it's like I had a world tour booked. Canceled it, shut it down. I was like, I don't need the money. I don't need the money or the people coughing on my face during my VIP meet and greets.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
You're doing like what are you doing? You're like feeding people in Canada? Like, what are you doing? You have this barbecue thing and people are coming and snapping pictures of you feeding them?
Yeah, just selfies with me wearing a mask. People are just... Yeah, it's just a restaurant pop-up, you know. Just
know what I wanted to bring up? I'm gonna interrupt you again.
As you do. As I
do. It's my thing. I was telling you one of the times that we hung out, like that people tag you in pictures of food they made and the food looks disgusting.
Yeah, people this is a callback to our conversation earlier. People are they just love sharing, people love sharing. I love sharing. The world's based on just sharing, and we're just sharing right now.
But I love it because some people cook and I'm like, oh my God, these people are like so good. And then some people are like, look at this toast that I made.
People are crazy. People, I shouldn't say people are crazy. People love the fact that, what it gets me stoked is that they're like, feather in my cap, tagging them. They're like, nailed it, tagging him. He's going to see it. He's going to like it. And it's just like,
do.
I like, the thing about it is like, I still do I don't do all my social media because it's ridiculous, but I still do my Instagram, and it's very funny because it's even like you go in and you repost, and then like all of a sudden, if you repost something, then somebody wants to talk to you, and you're like, I don't want to talk. I'm just doing the repost. The repost.
Why doesn't Instagram have a feature where you can add to your story and then it stays and then you're in.
And then they're in your little world, I just put them all over into the general. I put them in. But then
you get the notifications for general.
Turn them all off. No notifications. I know 0 notifications, but it's still just like it's. I understand that you love me. I understand that I make you happy. I understand that I save you from your depression. I know all of that. I didn't do any of this for that. I understand that that's the gift that I keep giving, but it's one of those things that I'm like, I don't want you to be my new best friend. I want to repost. If I repost you, I think it's nice enough to repost. And that is the gift. That's my cherry that I lay on top of your cake.
And here's the thing. I like reading what people say, but I hate the people, not that I hate them, but it upsets me that people feel like they're owed a conversation, like a pen pal.
Yeah, and they're like, hey, just checking back. And then it's so funny because I'm like so spaced sometimes. Like I'll like someone who will message me like a year later that I somehow like reposted or let into my DM somehow, and I'll get a DM like a year, 2 years later, be like, man, I made it, and I think it's like a friend that I just haven't talked to, and I gotta look, and I'm like, and then it shows it seen, and then I gotta
unread it, flag it, delete
it, throw my phone in the fucking toilet. It's just like, it's so shit on my phone, flush it. I just go buy a new phone.
Do you have any legitimate trolls?
No, because I don't know. I have trolls. Of course I have some trolls, but it's just like, I have trolls in the sense of like anytime, especially like right now, I posted, I posted a couple just, I posted a Black Lives Matter thing today. Yeah. And it's just because the world's literally on fire and cops are fucking killing people. But
how dare you support a minority group, Matty?
And it is the amount of people that are just like, stick to cooking, you fat fuck, you fucking piece of shit. Stick to cooking. I'm here for grilled cheese. I'm here for cheeseburger. And you're like, what? Like you're a white nationalist. I'm going. Thank you. If anyone that says like all lives matter, it's just like anyone that literally says all lives matter, I'm like, awesome. I'm gonna block you. Yeah. Then it's just like I'm gonna delete your comment. And now guess what? I don't have race, but it's like it's a wild thing to see how many racist people follow me, a big white tattooed funny guy that makes fucking donuts and bondage or whatever the fuck. And it's just like,
wait, you do bondage?
Oh, there's bondage.
I missed that YouTube channel in my deep dive.
That's in there. Halloween donuts. But the thing is, people just think that, I think because I'm such an approachable person or something, I don't fucking know, but everyone just wants to be my bud. And it's very saddening. But I enjoy when I put up stuff like that, because then I can be like, okay, unfollow me, racists. Are you guys all you're a bunch of racists? Guess what? We're not on the same page, you racists, you weirdos.
Yeah, I don't have time for that either.
Yeah, no, it's fucking stupid. But trolls, there's trolls. Yeah. I love them. It's just like, it doesn't bum me out. It's funny. It's funny.
Yeah, I have some funny trolls there's this one girl who trolls on me, and she messaged me saying, "You are not thick," because I like to joke that I'm thick, and she's like, "You're not thick," and then she sent me a picture of like a bunch of thick girls, and she was like, "This is what being thick looks like," and that's the kind of trolling that I'm into.
Thank you.
Where they're just like trying to help me understand what being thick truly is. I'm
I
like,
think
being thick is a mindset.
I'm thick, and I think it's. I think anyone's thick if they want to be thick. If they're thick, then they're thick. If they're, it's funny. I just started this fucking garden, and so we're starting this garden. Obviously, I started a fucking Instagram for it, and it's so fun. I'm getting like garden trolls, which is like the best. Like somebody literally, we're like shoveling dirt. It's the best. We're making like raised beds.
It looks so cool.
It's really nice.
I told you I want to move on. I want to move on to the farm, and I want to.
We got a cabin.
I'm gonna help nanny for you.
Yeah, we got Mac, Rizzo, and we got another baby on the way, and it's so funny. Like it's the funniest thing of all time. It's so funny because it's just like somebody wrote. It's just a beautiful photo of the garden, and somebody writes, "With all due respect, make sure you dig deep." And it's just like, it's such a funny, weird.
Was that like
geeky...
spiritual advice or garden advice?
I have no idea. It's the funniest fucking thing because I was like, is that what you needed to add to that? With all due respect, dig deep. Guess we're deep. The soil's dug deep.
Maybe it's Diplo's fake Instagram account. Maybe it's Diplo's Finsta.
He is coming for me. I bet he has a bunch, actually. He's got a lot of time on his hands. And I bet he's just out there just trolling everybody. I think of doing that. I started this one fake account, of a little Finsta account, and I just can't keep up with it because I was just like,
I know.
It's so tough. And I started this thing because everyone autocorrects Matty to Marty. And I started this Instagram called Marty Matheson. And I just started, it was like, I love doing it. And then I was just like, I can't do this. I can't keep up with this. And I was like trolling people. I was even commenting on like my page and like getting people going. And I just like shut. Yeah. I would like anyone that like called me Marty, I'd go after me like, I'm fucking Marty. Don't fucking waste your fucking Martys on Matty. I'm fucking Marty.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Anyway. Okay, shut it down. I see you looking over to your producer. Trying to get rid of me.
Well, I mean, I feel like you are the one who should be over it at this point. I just am like looking out for you.
It's 10-5. Yeah.
We've gone on for such a long time. I want to do, once this is over, I would love to see you in person and do something else.
I'll open for you. We should do virtual stand-up. I'll come open for you. I'll do my 5 minutes.
Okay.
My 5 minutes. I got a story. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot.
Okay, we'll talk soon. I want everyone to watch everything of yours on YouTube because it's the best.
I want everybody to watch Resting Bitch Pod, greatest podcast on the tube.
Greatest pillows
or lose
online.
It. Yeah, you can buy pillows online or an IKEA stand. Tube it or lose it, you losers.
Okay, that's the episode. Bye, Matthew.
Bye, Allie.
Bye, Marty. I feel like you're my male doppelganger.
We're dopped. Okay.
Do you think we look similar? A little bit?
Yeah, but I have a skin disease.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to pray for you. I'm starting a GoFundMe. I wish you the best.
Me. Bye. I got to go. My wife just said she's like coming for fucking dinner. All right. Later.